Good morning. Welcome back to the O Show, everything crypto every single day. We are going to talk about a potential FTX thing happening, okay? And this has to do with DeFi. It has to do with centralized exchange, and it does have to do with traditional finance. And no, the title is not clickbait, okay? Because this type of behavior that we're seeing happen is actually coming to light. And the reason why it's coming to light because it has to do with DeFi. When you're talking about using a DEX, things are pretty much transparent unless you're using something a private, like a mixer or a privacy DEX, something like Silent Swap, etc., like that. But a lot of the shady exchange behavior is coming to light. These are things that we kind of already knew about, but I digress. But we're going to go ahead and cover the news. Shout out to Mexico. Woo! But we're going to go ahead and cover the news. We're going to talk about what's going on. We're going to do crypto market update. I'm going to stream as long as I can. My kid is still sick. Last night was the worst night for her. Absolutely worst night. Neither of us slept. Just trying to get, because she got really, really bad allergic reaction. So just putting ice packs on her, cold baths, the pink cream. So doing all that stuff. And then we got a doctor's appointment early tomorrow morning. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to stream as long as I can because if she needs me, I gotta go. All right. First and foremost, we have to give a shout out to the our channel members because we love you guys. Thank you to good morning to Mr. D, to Gorgeous Julie, to Memorex, John Germain, Chicken Bone Broth Gang, and of course John Legend. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Yeah, we're on that Benadryl. I've got this is my schedule over here, our Benadryl schedule. I just have to set the alerts in my phone, but we're doing Benadryl like every 4 hours just to make sure she's comfortable. It's a hot mess. But anyways, let's get into it. Let's get into the news. And I apologize, I'm a little bit out of it today. Again, my kid comes first. So what is FTX 2.0? What is FTX 2.0? Actually, before the previous crypto contagion, we did have, back in 2017, good morning, gorgeous Alexandra. Back in 2017 and beyond, before the DeFi run, what we had was, we would have exchanges get hacked. And those are massive. Those are really, really big deals. We had Cryptopia or the coin exchange went down, those types of things. I had money on all of those because you guys know that I'm a crazy person. I leave stuff everywhere. Okay. Shout out to BMO. But then we had FTX and Celsius, Voyager, BlockFi, and many, many other ones. And now we're seeing something happen with hyperliquid. So let's go ahead and discuss that. Also, too, I want to make it very, very clear that the way that Michael Saylor is going about things, buying Bitcoin on debt and allowing his company to create traditional financial products, raise money, not necessarily promise people a return, but it's an investment for them. Take that money, then buy more Bitcoin, which is a finite asset, take out collateralized loans in it, all kinds of stuff. And now what we're seeing a lot of other companies do, we'll talk about GME. That's exciting stuff, but I don't know how long that's going to last because there are liquidations place, and it also is things can implode. Traditional finance is not safer than crypto. Just because it's regulated, it's not safer than crypto. That's the thing. Oh my God, I forgot to put setting spray. It's been a morning. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. Yeah, retail endlessly gets reamed, not in the way we want to get reamed. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about hyperliquid. Okay, because this is a little bit crazy over here. So some of you will appreciate the irony that CZ and Star are cooperating to gang up on hyperliquid. You're in crypto history. Your crypto history and get the joke. There's nothing more that humans like to support on an underdog versus a perceived unstoppable opponent. Hype for the win. So this post is interesting here because OKX and Binance, they would go head to head. Way back in the day, there was paid FUD, all kinds of stuff happening. Okay. All kinds of stuff happening. And I also don't know why they're bringing CZ into this because he's not the CEO. Where's Richard Tang? So that's kind of one of the things I'm curious about, but I digress. And yes, that did happen. Yeah. Now, Binance, what's going on with Binance? Binance listing manipulated jelly token spurs FTX takedown rumors for hyperliquid. Now let's go ahead and discuss this. And this is a friendly reminder, you guys. Do not keep crypto on centralized exchanges. If you can avoid it, if you understand how cold storage works, please do that because you never know what's going to happen. Never know what's going to happen. And again, Or like if you have like a coin there, they could delist it, you forget to remove. There's all kinds of risks associated. So use decentralized exchanges. So this is a recap of the situation here. So a whale manipulated Jelly by opening 6 million short and self-liquidating. This forced Hyperliquid LP to inherit a massive position resulting in over $10 million in unrealized losses. Liquidity pool essentially adds, retracts liquidity depending on what's going on. Hyperliquid intervened, delisted the token, and closed the trade at a favorable price for themselves. Hyperliquid made $700,000 in profit. So as far as the Binance involvement goes, it's like Binance, OKX, BitGet, etc. Okay, so Binance listed Jelly perps amid concerns over market manipulation linked to Hyperliquid. Concerns grew after reports emerged suggesting wallets associated with Hyperliquid attacks related to highly leveraged trades funded via Binance. Some suggest Binance listing timing may be strategic against Hyperliquid. More to the story over here. So this is from my buddy Dev. He posts really great stuff, but there's some interesting posts here. He said, OKX, BitGet, Binance going hard after Hyperliquid. Not going to lie, HPL will have so many powerful people trying to destroy it from now on. They will probably need to completely revamp their liquidation engine to avoid something like this from happening. So before we talk a little bit more about this, what is Hyperliquid? Hyperliquid is a decentralized perp exchange. Like you can take leverage out there, you can do DeFi, you can do all of these things. And this is a direct competitor of the centralized exchanges because and a lot of the top centralized exchanges, the reason why is because they make an absurd amount of money off of liquidations. And so I tell you guys, don't be using high amount, don't use high leverage to trade. However, if you want to use high leverage to trade, y'all can use my ref link because I get paid. But leverage is incredibly risky. You don't need to use high leverage. You don't need to use really leverage at all. Most of you don't because you're not experienced traders, and that's okay. And again, if you're somebody that is using leverage 2 to 3 times, really max. But again, you guys do what you want to do. That's up to you. But again, that's why there's this drama between this decentralized entity Hyperliquid and centralized exchanges. So this is some more of the drama over here. So this is Star from OKX. He says, does Hyperliquid, which offer derivatives through smart contracts and decentralized model, immunity from derivative regulations? That's kind of crazy to say. And then the next one over here, Hyperliquid may be on track to become Ftx 2.0. This is from Gracie, too. The way it handled Jelly incident was immature, unethical, and unprofessional, triggering losses and casting serious doubts over integrity. So as far as Jelly goes, I think it's the one that stole SQUIDGROW's logo. I don't remember what the drama is. But anyways, that's what's going on. There's like beef happening with like the centralized exchanges and Hyperliquid. This is a decentralized exchange that offers perps. Again, like whose side am I on? I'm not on anyone's side because I don't really know all the story. This is just what's being presented on the internet. But I think it's kind of wild people are bringing CZ into it, even though he's not necessarily at Binance anymore. Like there's things that he can and can't do. Like where's Richard Tang? And I've interviewed Richard Tang. Nice guy. But just because people are nice doesn't mean they're good people. Anyways, I just want to bring you guys a story. I don't have anything like any kind of comments to make on this. All I want to remind you guys, not your keys, not your coins. Be very, very careful using leverage. Most of you have no business using leverage. And again, just to be really, really careful and understand that there's always somebody with more money, more liquidity that's smarter than you and better than you on the other side of trade sometimes. So just be really, really, really cautious. Now, as far as at FTX 2.0, well, if we have decentralized exchanges that are able to offer the same types of products and services that centralized exchanges have to where you don't have to custody your coins with them, why wouldn't you want to use a centralized exchange? A DEX? Why wouldn't you want to use a DEX to trade, to participate on? Because there's a lot less, it's a lot less risky than leaving your crypto on an exchange. Because again, when you're actively trading, you kind of have to leave your crypto on an exchange, primarily because like you have open positions, etc. So with that being said, it's just a lot of stuff happening. It's a lot of stuff happening. But I think the real story when we're talking about FTX 2.0 is going to be with strategy, MicroStrategy. So let's go ahead and get into that. Also, too, shout out to Mr. Sparkwater for being here. Woo, woo, woo. Now let's get into this story. Right. Oh, people are saying that, yeah, I'm not even going to go in here. Anyways, GameStop. GameStop stock surges 12% on 1.3 billion Bitcoin investment plans. Okay, let's talk about that. So yesterday it was announced that GameStop is going to actually buy Bitcoin. We talked about that, and then that was in the morning news. And then after that, GameStop plans to raise 1.3 billion through stock sales to buy Bitcoin. It's basically like a MicroStrategy copy pasta. That's exactly what they're doing. So basically, we have a publicly traded company that is going to create a traditional financial product, raise money, and then use that money to buy a finite asset. And they're going to raise 1.3 billion through stock sales. Think about that. What does GameStop really have to offer? What does MicroStrategy really have to offer? Besides buying, Bitcoin. So things are going to get a little bit silly over here. Starting to get a little bit silly over here. But that's kind of the big news. And we're going to see a lot more companies doing this. We're going to see a lot more companies printing traditional financial products like stocks and bonds, taking debt out to buy Bitcoin. And again, I think that is a recipe for disaster. Okay, this is the thing with me. I am very financially conservative. I don't like debt. I think the only reason why you need debt, God forbid there's an emergency or you got to pay something you don't have money to. But I'm not a big debt person. I think the only reason why people should take debt out is to buy like a house, maybe a car, like whatever it is. But the fact that we're seeing these, and like we're in this era where we're seeing so many people come out and literally say, like, we're seeing so many people come out and say, like, the only way to gain wealth is through debt. And that's true and not true to an extent. But it's a little bit scary because there's not a whole lot of education on how to do that. And when you're just taking out debt and buying assets, like the whole Airbnb thing, like they're telling people, okay, go take a loan out, buy an Airbnb, take a loan out against your Airbnb, buy another Airbnb, rinse and repeat. That's dangerous to me. But that's kind of the same thing that GameStop and MicroStrategy and all these big companies, what they're kind of doing. That's just my personal opinion. To me, it's like a recipe for disaster. And also, it's really interesting because traditional finance, they are able to get away with this, accredited investors, et cetera, and we're not because we're retail. So think about it. Why do you think that there's such a wealth gap? So could that be the next FTX 2.0? Possibly. Let's do a quick, actually, I'm going to do this because I got to do a couple stuff. Really quickly, guys, I am going to be at, I'm going to be in Canada, for Blockchain Futures Conference. I'm also going to be at Consensus. The tickets are free for Blockchain Futures Conference, May 13th, 2025. If you want a VIP ticket, use code WENDYO25 for 25% off. And then I am definitely going to be at Bitcoin 2025. 2025. And you're going to go ahead and get, you're going to get 10% off if you use code WENDYO. So again, if you want to go to the Bitcoin, conference right now, you're getting 10% off your tickets if you use my code WENDYO. The reason why you should consider doing that is because the tickets go up all the time. So again, if you want to go to Bitcoin 2025, I will be there. I think you guys should go. I think it's going to be a great conference. My buddies Altcoin Daily are going to go. Like it's just going to be absolutely wonderful. Shout out so much to Chuck for the $2 super chat and calling me a MILF. Yeah. Woo, baby. Thank you so much. I'm going to use that $2 to go buy a piece of pizza from Costco when I can get there because I got to stay home and take care of my baby. But anyways, go to Bitcoin 2025. I'm going to be there. It's going to be in Vegas. It's going to be fun. Julie's probably going to be there too. And she's another MILF. Hello. But yeah, it's going to be super fun. And the ticket prices go up every month. So make sure to go. And when I talk, actually, I'm dropping an interview with them, I think on Friday. But basically in that interview, they were telling me they're going to have bigger guests with, than last year. Ooh, so Julie's going to be there. So there's 2 MILFs going. Julie booked her hotel for Bitcoin Vegas through Travel Swap. They had a great deal. So 2 MILFs. Julie will be going. I will be going. I don't think I'm a MILF. I know Julie is for sure. I am a solid 3. I'm happy to be that. I'm also like crazy, a little bit cuckoo lady. Anyways, let's go ahead and get back into the news. We'll do a quick market update and we're going to get back into the news because there's more stuff. And Lo's like chilling right now. So good. And I don't have to give her medicine again. Next dose is 1 p.m. Poor baby. Make sure y'all smash the like too and share this. All right, let's get back into it. Taking a look at the crypto markets on the weekly, Crow is up 23.4%. So that's because of the partnership with Trump's Truth Social, because they're going to be offering traditional financial products to the people and crypto ETFs, all kinds of stuff. Form, don't know what that is. Barachain, Avalanche, Curve, Rendier. This is old school. What is it called? DeFi stuff. Gala is up. My Moonbag, amen. Sui is up. I'm taking a look at the daily. Wall, Curve, Tia, Maker, Tron, Ton. All right, let's get a quick market update over here. Right. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, baby. All right, I can knock some stuff off my list. We did the stream today, did my workout. I still got to go through emails. Oh, I got a really cool opportunity yesterday. We haven't decided if we're going to do it yet, but it's really cool. I'll tell you guys about it later. Okay. So Bitcoin was unable to close above $87,000, and we've just been consolidating between 85 and 87. Cool, fine, fantastic, and just going sideways. Me personally, I need to really see kind of a push up. And right now, because we have swing wick highs in both directions, 88 to like 85, it's kind of like, I don't know where we're going to go. Generally, these types of patterns here, they go up and then they go down. They're called descending wedgie thingies or ascending wedgies. So they go pew, 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 like that. So with Bitcoin, I don't know what's really going on. Just kind of going sideways over here. Now, when we take a look at Ethereum Ethereum looks a little kind of topped off over here at about $2,000, kind of topped off over here. And then it looks like we may retest, it looks like we're going to do this with Ethereum, honestly. So not super, super great. I feel like the market's just trying to figure out a direction to go. Solana was able to hold above 137. That's fantastic. We love that. Sui actually had a really nice run up to about 282, and then we're kind of chilling here. And then XRP's was one of the stronger projects for a while, but she's taken a little bit of a break. However, just as long as we don't break down below $2.01, that's fine. We are right now in a downtrend, and we might bounce off of 218. Link, I'm covering Link because we're on our way up with Link. Link is holding nicely here at about 1478. GME, their stock pumped to about $30. Now it's back to about $21. Happen. I do just want to do a quick look at HBAR really quick because I got to get into that. I've got something coming up with them soon, which we'll talk about later. So also too with HBAR, price is actually holding really, really steady on this line here at about 17 cents, which is good for them. It's another Made in America project. And I do think that they will get the ETF. So just as long as we hold support here, cool. Avalanche, another, I believe it's another Made in America project, hit resistance at $23. It looks like it's going to head down possibly. Cardano, really just holding strongly nicely at 76 to about 69 cents. So there's that. Now, really quickly, you guys, I have Phemex. They're the partner of the show today, so we got to say that. If you guys are not using Phemex, you definitely want to take a look out. But they have a sign up reward right now, and we have a little special that's running right now. So basically, new users who sign up through my campaign link will receive $20 USDT bonus and 50 slots. And then the trading rewards, they have 150 trading bonus, $500 trading bonus if your volume is over 5 million, 400 if your volume is over 3 million, and 1,000 if it's over 10 million. So again, they've got different tasks that you guys can do, and it lasts for the next month. So 327 to 427, you can join events. You get if you do a deposit, different types of trading volume. So you can go ahead and do so. Terms of services are over here. I will leave the ref link in the description. So if the ref link is in the description, plus it's in the chats if you guys are interested. One thing I will say is thank you to Phemex for partnering with the O Show, everything crypto every day. Not your keys, not your coins. And there's no reason to use high amounts of leverage unless you're an experienced trader. So please understand those things and don't just jump in there being like, I'm going to be this crazy, blah, 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 and you get wrecked and liquidated. So again, shout out to Phemex. This is going to be going on for the next month over here. But basically you get $20 just for signing up, $20 USDT just for signing up. And it's only available to the first 50 users. So I highly recommend if you're not signed up to Phemex, you can use a VPN. Just do it for that. So registration's open today. Now let's go ahead and talk about, thank you Phemex for partnering with the O Show. Let's go ahead and get into this story. Okay. We did the Bitcoin conference. All right. Vivek. Senator Moreno says the bill to buy 1 million Bitcoin will be passed soon. Well, this is a different Vivek. So let's go ahead and get into this because this is another important story. There was somebody in the chat. It wasn't me that said it, but they basically said that that buy up as much Bitcoin as you can because institutions are coming in, which we know. Governments are coming in, states are coming in, big companies are coming in. And the thing that these people have that you don't have, they have the ability to create money out of thin air and buy a finite asset. I'm not telling you to buy Bitcoin, but it's something to consider. Okay. Something to consider. So he's talking about the Bitcoin strategic reserve to buy 1 million Bitcoin. It is going to happen over a period of 5 years where they buy 200,000. They will be essentially reevaluating their investments, and they might actually possibly the United States of America. And they're not going to use taxpayer dollars as of yet, but they are going to probably sell some gold certificates or bonds or whatever they got in 74, I think, for $47. So that's how they plan to buy Bitcoin. Now let's get into this story over here. Okay. This is going to be over at the Defiant, and Pump Swap surpasses Ratum to become the largest Solana DEX. Lots of interesting stuff happening on Solana. So Pump Swap became the largest Solana DEX a week after launch. It surpassed Ratum. Pump Swap captured 42.3% of AMM market share on March 26. Ratum had 34.2%. And before the launch, Ratum was the default DEX for Pump Fun tokens. And again, Pump.Fun launched their own because why would they want to use a competitor when they could use somebody else's? And this is another thing that is kind of important when we're talking about holding your own coins. There's a lot of people that are moving away from centralized exchanges. And again, I don't got an issue with that. If you guys want to use a DEX, great. You want to use a centralized exchange, great, fine, fantastic. But there's a lot of people moving away from DEXs from centralized exchange because they can just hold on to their crypto and use a DEX. And again, I'm not endorsing meme coins. I think some meme coins are good. Most of them are just dumb. And unless like you're avidly taking profit, you can't do that. Also, shout out to Tiki Tacky. I know I'm not paying too much attention. My kid is sick today. All right. Studio Gilby craze inspires meme coins on Ethereum, Solana after OpenAI's 40 release. So that's what all that stuff was happening. So basically all the people on X using making the Gilby stuff, it's done on ChatGPT, and it brought a really big wave of meme coins being created, which makes total sense. Also, to shout out to my girl Crystal from Hedera Foundation. They went ahead and they Gilbied me over here. These are actually real photos of me, and so they went ahead and Gilbied me. This is me at Karate Combat, looking all thick over here with my McDonald's worker shoes on. And then this one over here with my little Hedera on the shoes. So thank you guys for doing that. But that's me. Another thing I saw too was the creator of Gilby. He was like pissed because people are using his artwork, and that sucks. It's something that's really hard, going to be really hard for artists. Like, how do you stop that from happening? And this happens with musicians, it happens with artists, it happens with everything. And the fact that ChatGPT is enabling, it's kind of wild. I don't know. That's a topic for another day, because I can go on and on and on and on and on about it. But again, just know that I do support artists, and artists come first. Now let's get into this story over here. Miss Hester Peirce. Hester Peirce. We love her. She's a queen. She calls for SEC rulemaking to bake in crypto regulation. I personally think that crypto regulation crypto should have its own little department. But hey, what do I know? I'm an idiot on the internet. Peirce spoke at DC Blockchain Summit yesterday and said she advocates for more durable crypto regulations through rulemaking at the SEC legislation and Congress instead of relying on guidance. I agree with this here. So basically, she's pushing Congress to help, and the SEC should help. I really think that they should have their own entity that just deals with crypto. People from SEC, CFTC, Congress, crypto, attorneys, builders, retail, like just like a council, like a real people, not these ivory tower D heads. So there's that. Also too, let's move on. And I agree with her. We need more guidance because SEC jurisdiction to avoid overall reliance on the Howey test. Howey test is really hard to use, especially on crypto. When we're talking about fraud, it's easy to figure out if somebody's doing fraud. But when it comes to, what is it called? Securities. I'm sorry. I had a brain thing. My sister's being cuckoo. So this is from Miss Ellie. She says she's at the posted up at the Paul Atkins Senate Banking Committee nomination hearing in the Durham Senate building on Capitol Hill. She basically is kind of going over everything. Atkins signals his intent to pull back on heavy-handed enforcement approach at the prior administration. It takes an industry experience and focus applications to make sure customers and investors benefit from efficient, effective, and well-designed regulation. Chairman Senator Tim Scott, and again, this is Paul Atkins. He's going to take over the SEC role as chair. Mark Ueda is currently doing it now, but Atkins is going to take over, and it was essentially Gary Gensler's role. Ranking member Senator Warren calls Atkins' financial conflicts of interest breathtaking. Senator Warren needs to sit the F down and resign and retire in peace. Her geriatric behind has done nothing but absolutely destroy working class families, made a mockery of women's health, women's rights, and really just the crypto industry, because crypto is for everybody, regardless if you're a man and woman. Anyways. In classic Senator John Kennedy fashion, he's bringing the humor. Is it true that Senator Haggerty has a tattoo of the Backstreet Boys on his lower back? He goes on to interrogate Atkins about Sam Bankman-Fried and tells Atkins he will pounce on him like a ninja to find out what's going on at the SEC every time he comes in to testify before the committee. So that's some good old humor that we have, which is good. Wonderful, fine, fantastic. And then, of course, Elizabeth Warren over here. This is Donald Trump's latest grip to enrich himself. Congress should step up and fix the current stablecoin bill moving through the Senate. That will make it easier for Trump and Elon Musk to take control of your money. Next. So this is the thing. I will say this over here. Stablecoin bill that we're getting. I haven't read it. I'm not going to read it. It's like 1,000 pages. These people don't even read before they sign it. But let me tell you something. A stablecoin bill is going to turn into a CBDC. Like you guys can say, well, Trump promised he wasn't going to do this, X, Y, and Z, whatever. Stablecoin bill is 100. Stablecoin bill is 100. They didn't set Sam Bankman-Fried funny. A stablecoin, because Paul Atkins had a consulting firm, and I think one of his consulting firm did something for FTX. I believe. I'm not 100% sure. Please fact check me. But with that being said, nobody's perfect. I don't know. It's a whole entire mess. But moral of the story is over here, I don't rock with any of these people. I've about had it with all these people. You want to know why I've had it with all these people? Because they're just ivory towers and they're just doing it for the grift, okay? And that's fine. You can grift as much as you want because we all talk about grifting ethically within the constraints of the law, ethically and legally. But at the same time, like, her grift is just too much. We're just trying to feed our families. And I lost my train of thought. I've got to go to the next one because I'm like, I got to check on my kids soon. Anyways, we're going to get a CBDC, but Elizabeth Warren's not the right person to advocate for it. She's a dingleberry. All right. Cointelegraph. Just in, Wyoming plans to launch its own fiat-backed stablecoin, the WIS token, on July 2025, making it the first U.S. state to issue a government-backed crypto. So this is not good. Basically, during the panorama, they all wanted to have stablecoins. But, stablecoins are coming. CBDCs are coming. It is what it is. I love Algorand. I got a bag. Now, with that being said, I think that we're going to see department stores. I think that we are going to see states, all kinds of stuff, have their own stablecoins to kind of control their own money. And you'll see this being done for government payments, and you'll be seeing it done for probably taxes, that type of stuff. So we'll see what's going to happen. Right now, I'm kind of like on it, but at the same time, it's happening whether we like it or not. And that's why I tell you guys to make as much money as ethically and legally as possible, and within the constraints of the law, and get your bag, get your Bitcoin up. Okay. Next. French Hill says revised version of crypto market structure legislation will come soon as bills gain ground on Congress. So that's good. A market structure bill has not been introduced yet. Brian Steele says he has full text of a House stablecoin bill will be introduced later on Wednesday. See, this is the thing. They're focusing so much on stablecoins and stablecoin bills that they are not focusing on actual crypto guidelines so these companies can do what they have to do. And that's where it gets problematic. Shout out to Bedcoins. It's been a minute since Bedcoins has been here. He's a friend of mine from a long time ago. But the moral of the story is we need some sort of guidance in crypto because we need to create jobs. We need to raise money with taxes. We need to empower our kids. We need to be the forefront of technology because China's coming back and they're going to take it. But again, America moves slow. Fidelity testing its own stablecoin as firm expands to crypto efforts. Again, more stablecoins. Your banks are going to have stablecoins. The states are going to have stablecoins. The cities are going to have stablecoins. Your Target's going to have the stablecoins. Walmart, the crackhead Walmart is going to have stablecoins. Fidelity Digital Asset is testing a stablecoin. No immediate plans to launch. Also exploring tokenized U.S. Treasury markets. Remember, we kind of talked about BlackRock and Solana and Polygon and the RWAs and the tokenized markets. That's all what that is. So pay attention to the chains they're building on. Recently filed for a tokenized U.S. dollar money market fund. Similar to BlackRock's BIDL, I believe. Now, Senate passes HJ Resolution 25 to overturn IRS's DeFi broker rule because basically what the IRS wanted to do to essentially ban crypto under the previous administration, they wanted to introduce this DeFi broker rule to where every single DeFi provider was going to have to report or do something with your guys' addresses and whatnot. Okay. Now it's going to move to Trump for expected approval because we don't need it. So the Senate voted to repeal IRS DeFi rule, which again, it would have caused issues to like so many people. Now moves to Trump for expected approval. If signed, it would be the first U.S. crypto-related law under the CRA. Seen as a win for DeFi, reducing regulatory oversight, the rule in question expands reporting requirements by classifying automated decentralized systems as brokers, and they're not brokers. Now, Robinhood. Actually, hold on. I don't want to talk about that today. All right, so just announced Robinhood Banking. Let's end the exclusivity. Private banking perks should be for everyone. Coming soon to all customers. Link announcement here. So this right here, and we're going to end on this, but please listen until the end. This is incredibly, incredibly important. Also, to smash like and share this. So Robinhood did the BS with GameStop, and they shut the markets down. I'm going to pose a question for you, and this is going to require critical thinking. What if Vlad, the CEO, the founder of GameStop, or excuse me, of Robinhood, was forced to do that because of the political party that was currently in control? Because remember, they don't like retail. They still don't like retail. We see it with Elizabeth Warren. But what happens if they did that because they didn't have a choice to? They could have said no, but then it would have caused their business to get hurt. So even though they did that and was wrong, I'm trying to find, like, I'm trying to be, I don't want to be, I'm not problematic, but I'm trying to just ask questions, to use critical thinking. And now we see under a different administration, they're super crypto friendly now. They're super friendly in general to retail. And yesterday we covered the story where Vlad responded to me. I was like, what about retail? He's, yes, the accredited investor rule needs overhaul. So with this brand new bank that Robinhood is opening, which Coinbase will have a bank, Kraken, all of them will have banks. Do you really think they are going to treat retail the same way they're going to treat accredited investors? It's set to debut later this year with private banking style benefits, 4% API savings, global money transfers, estate planning, tax advice, and 2.5 million FDIC insurance. That's phenomenal. I would switch banks to that for that benefit. Because again, $250,000 is great, but what happens if my business account has more? What happens if your business account has more? It will also offer VIP event access, on-demand cash delivery, joint children's accounts with spending controls. I like that. I'm actually going to look into this because if they're going to treat me, yep, BMO, a phone call was certainly made. So this is the thing. Robinhood screwed with people's money, closed their positions, halted trades, all kinds of stuff under GME, or with GME and others things under the previous administration because they were anti-retail, they were anti-crypto, they were anti-poor people getting money. But now their tune has changed and they're able to actually do things that are more beneficial to retail. So I'm not saying to trust them, but at the same time, I want you guys to comment your thoughts below. What you think. Are you going to trust them? Are you going to use their services? Are you going to try their services? Or are you just completely done with them? Also, no matter what, just because we have these new options that are being pushed to us. Not your keys, not your coins. So you don't even have to use them. You can completely just use your, keep your crypto on cold storage. I'm not telling you to deposit your crypto in there. I'm just simply saying. And this seems to me, especially because of the removal of the IRS DeFi broker rule, we're waiting for Trump to sign. What if they're doing this because they know DeFi is going to get really this big push and they are going to take part of the market share when it comes to banks? And they're trying to get people in early. Think about that. Drop me a comment below. I'm going to drop something for you. I'm actually going to be dropping a video for you guys on Sonic later. Sonic is up significantly. So make sure y'all watch at 2 p.m. PST. And yeah, I like the comments. Keep dropping the comments and I will be back with you guys later, 2 p.m. PST. And then tomorrow, probably around 10:30 a.m. PST. Bye-bye. Thank you guys for watching. Smash the like.